Hey guys, welcome back. It's your favorite Gimp with the Limp, and I'm back with a little more Hellboy for all of you guys. Make sure you watch the previous videos if you haven't already, and do the like, subscribe, notification, all the crap that people always ask for on YouTube. Alright, so we're going to pick up right where we left off. We had found our secret room here in the center, found the point of interest number 3. Already got our guys set up, ready to go for this next turn. We did our Doom tracker for the previous turn, so we're good to go, and we are ready to interact with this. We're going to jump right into it. I was thinking about going down here and maybe investigating these rooms, but there's no real reason. And I really think with 4 investigators, I do so much damage so quickly that I blow out all the enemies. The little base frog enemies are just no match for 4 investigators. So let's see if we can find the boss guy. We're going to have Abe go ahead and spend an action cube to interact. I didn't want to have Abe do it. I'd rather have Johan do like the interactions and the investigations and stuff like that, because the other 3 are like my combat guys. But he's there, and I would waste 2 action cubes from Johan doing it, so we'll just spend 1 for Abe. That gets us to our case cards here. Remember, we had left off with this one, and if you will flip this card if an agent interacts with the point of interest in and there are no enemies in the room. So let's flip the card and see what it says. Again, spoilers and all that other good shit. Sure enough, you found your missing agent. They're roughed up, but not to the point where they can't explain what's going on. Apparently, they came here to chase up a minor lead they'd come across, not thinking it was big enough to bother the Bureau with until they knew for sure what they were dealing with. They're about to tell you more when the room is plunged into momentary darkness. When the lights come on, you realize you're not alone. All right, point of interest 3 represents the missing agent. Put 2 insight markers. That's what those damn things are called, insight markers. I can never remember that. On case file card 4. Which one's 4? Okay, the one that I've already been putting those on. All right. In the play area to represent the information they have given you. Oh, yay. Okay. I've only got 1 of these markers left. The most you can have is 8 for this mission. I think the game comes with 8, and I have 7 on there. There's 1 still in the box I'll have to grab out in case I get any more, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. Okay. We've done that. Then set up Rasputin's ghost. That's going to be the bad guy. Okay. In the lead agent's area and a minion A in each other agent's area, skip to the end phase. At the end of the phase, discard this card. Okay, so I'm not even going to get to activate. The enemies are going to get to activate first. Oh, this sucks. And it's going to be full of rampaging frog monsters. All right, so before we flip any more cards, let me set that up. Okay, so a whole lot has happened in this few minutes. I had to take a few minutes and redo everything because of the confrontation. Okay, so you guys saw this. We put out the ghost, which is actually just Rasputin. There's another character that came with the game board that... or the game that has another Rasputin that I might paint up as a ghost, since there's regular Rasputin and like dead Rasputin. But I think I did a pretty decent job with this one. And then we've got a couple of those guys, the frog monsters, that are here. It actually worked out pretty well for us since Rasputin appeared here, since she was the lead threat agent at the time, but that actually got reset again since we got into confrontation. So we only got a couple of those guys to worry about, but that's still going to be an issue. Because now we're on to this, which is the confrontation board. And the good part is that, all right, this again is the backside of the board we were just using. But the good thing is that we got to point 3 and we activated. That gave us some extra of these insight markers. We got a couple more. Now, since it's a ghost, we can't normally attack him. We can't cause him any damage. But by spending these markers, we can attack him, which we can't actually kill him, but we can stun him. And if we can stun him, it slows him down. Now, our whole premise right now, I have found out, is to get the agent, which is represented by the point of interest 3, to the exit, which unfortunately is all the way back the way that we came, and he can only move 1 adjacent square at a time. So to move him, you have to spend an action cube to drag him along with you, and you're short on action cubes thanks to Rasputin being on the board. So this is all kinds of just bad right now for us. We're really going to have to gun down the minions. The good part is we don't have to go this way. That's why I've got these cards displayed here, because I know I'm not going this way, because I would have encounters here. There's no way in hell I can defeat a whole bunch of minions. We just have to get him to here with no minions on the board. We can't defeat Rasputin, so he'll be there, but we can just get him to the entrance. We're good to go. But we're going to be doing it with fewer action cubes because we all lose one, and we can't defeat the guy, and we have to drag him along, which basically, so Abe could move up to 2 squares or 3 squares normally, but he could spend an extra action cube to take him into an adjacent thing. And then someone else could spend an action cube. So I'm basically going to have to kind of relay this guy along after we get these minions. So I glanced at this part, which was the cards if the Doom track got there. And it had to do with the fact that roughly the same thing happened, but we didn't get the extra insight markers that were provided by getting far enough into this. This one talks about how we set it up, the point of interest, and it points out that we cannot win this by defeating enemies, since it is a ghost. Instead, the missing agent is moved into the starting area, and there are no minions on the board. The case is completed. So that's where we're at with this, and this is the back of the card that we were actually placing the insight markers on. And this points out the fact that while this card is in play, sorry about the shiny lights, Rasputin's ghost has a resilience of 3 and a health of 6, which is again going to be represented by this. This little curvy track up here is the boss's health track. 6 is actually really low for a boss, but it's not really low for a boss that can just keep coming back to life. So effectively, we have 7 chances to hit him and cause damage. I really probably need to just save those for the end, and try to stun him along the way, maybe slow him down. No, actually, yeah, I probably just need to try to slow him down now and stun him. That way I can try to drag the point of interest away. Maybe I'll have Abe and Hellboy try to just keep beating on Rasputin while the other two drag the investigator out. We'll have to see. But when an agent makes a fight or shoot action that targets Rasputin's ghost, they can discard an insight marker before rolling. If they do, they can inflict damage even though normally they couldn't. That's awesome. He can't be defeated if his health drops to 0, he is stunned instead. And then in the following end phase, his health is reset to 6. So he will keep coming back. That's effectively what that is saying. Here is his boss card. You see he's got a move of 4. Resilience is X because that is going to change depending. We know his resilience is going to be a 3, which means the top 3 damage right off the bat is just gone. Health X because, again, variable, but for us it's going to be 6. His range is 6, so he can shoot up to 6 areas away. That is horrible. Ranged attack of 10. That means you're taking 10 damage off the top and then minus whatever your defensive roll is. Melee attack isn't as bad at 6. Ethereal, the same thing. Illusions and trickery. While Rasputin's ghost is on the board, agents have an additional downgrade to any tests that they make, which I'm not going to be making a whole lot of tests, so I'm not horribly worried about that. And they refresh 1 fewer action cube in each refresh phase. That's horrible. That's going to kill us. What we're trying to do here. But we'll see if we can drag this guy out before too many of my agents get beat down. Now, there is a thing when it comes to the boss fights about the agents. They get knocked down. They do have a last-ditch effort to get up, but we'll have to see if that happens. All right, so it got fast-forwarded to the end phase. Since he is here, let me look. Enemy phase, yeah. So that would have been the refresh phase. So I am going to have 1 fewer action cube. I just need to go ahead and just take 1 off of each one of my guys. That is unfortunate. Okay, so I'm only going to have 2 actions for all of my guys. Now, like I said, the threat track got reset. All right. Well, the enemies are going to activate first anyway. I need to keep that in mind. That's one of the things that's kind of a little backwards on this game is the enemy phase comes before the agent phase. So since we fast forwarded to the boss phase, they're going to attack first. And this is going to kill me because he's getting ready to just do a buttload of damage to Hellboy, and I don't think there's much I can do to stop it because Hellboy's in the wrong square. All right, so Rasputin will draw a card for his boss behavior, and we will see what he does. Discard. Oh, and there is a deck of cards, and you can see right here on the side are the symbols that are included for each one of the different bosses. So a neat little thing. Discard this card, then shuffle the behavior, discard pile back into blah, blah, blah. All right, and then draw another card. Since that's our first card, I'm not even going to bother shuffling. We'll just draw another one. Agents in boss's area. Each agent in the boss's area is stunned. No! Then the boss moves so that it is an area containing as few agents as possible. The lead agent chooses its path and the exact area it moves to. Otherwise, each agent within 2 areas of the boss is stunned. All right, so what this means is both of these guys are stunned. I'll lay them down, and then he's going to move there, which is actually good. It means he's not conducting an attack. But that does mean that both of these guys get attacked. Okay, so now we go to our minions. And the way it works, and this is actually, strangely enough, we're in the boss fight before minions actually get into attack. They do have behaviors, and you see with the rampaging frog monsters, there's Brawler. Transforming is cowardly. That means they'll run away. Brawler means they'll try to get in and attack you. Ranged for the venomous, which means he'll attack at range, and then melee, depending. And then the arm guy is another Brawler. So according to the threat track, they are going to attack Hellboy first. So this one will attack Hellboy, and then this one will probably go after Liz because it's going to switch around onto the next one. So Hellboy is going to take an attack from this rampaging frog monster. This rampaging frog monster has a damage of 5. So the way it works when you're taking damage is you look at your defense and you roll the same dice that you would use to perform an attack for your defense, and whatever you roll is how much you block. So hopefully, and does Hellboy have anything when it comes to defense? I've seen it all. He's fire resistant. And shake it off. That's all doing damage. Taunt, throw furniture. Yep, all doing damage. So nothing to help him. But the good part is I still have lucky charms on a couple of my guys as well. All right, so let's see what damage we're blocking on Hellboy. Come on, need at least 5. And is that 5? Is that 5? That is 5. Sweet. Perfect. Just enough to stop it. All right. So then we come over here. Threat track is switched around. And it goes to Mrs. Ladyface. She's going to be attacked. And just since we're already here, I'm going to go ahead and move it up so I don't have to come back and do this again. Because she's getting ready to be attacked by this frog monster. And I don't know if her being stunned right now is going to affect her defensive roll. Let me check. Okay, yeah, this puts us in bad juju. Very, very, very bad juju. When you attack a stunned enemy, you gain 1 upgrade. And when you are attacked and you're stunned, you gain 1 downgrade. So Liz's defense is actually the same as Hellboy's. It's orange, but she's getting a downgrade. So let's roll for her defense. Hopefully she can get 5 as well. Come on, big money, big money. No whammy. Ooh, I get a reroll. I could do it. I just need a 2 on this blank one. Come on, at least give me 1. Ah, that's 1. That's much better than I could have hoped for, honestly. 1 damage to go through for this whole thing. So we'll take 1 single marker and we'll put it here. Remember, as this fills up, once it's filled all the way, that's when we start flipping these counters and my guys start taking injuries. So now we're actually back into my phase. Since we've completed the enemy phase, we got our little ghosty here. Good thing is the enemy's moved out, but I really need to pop these guys. And the bad thing is I'm only going to have 2 guys to do it because a stunned agent standing up costs 2 action cubes. And since my guys only have 2 action cubes, thanks to Rasputin's ghost, both of those 2 are spent currently. So I've got to kill these minions. And I'm trying to think. Okay. Hellboy is easy. I can just do a big right friggin' hook and smash him. Ooh, I wonder if I can hurl him into that other one and possibly do some damage. Let me look. Okay, I got some ideas on how to do this. Now, I could hurl him if I do the big right hook, but the thing is every other unit, every other character in that area would take damage. So I would damage my own guys in trying to damage this one, but I think we're going to take him out a different way. So we're going to do a big right hook on him for 2 action cubes. And that's going to get me 3 bonus damage, plus I get the 1 free upgraded die as it is anyway. So I get to upgrade to a black one, thanks to that ancient sword. So let's roll here, get some big money. I need a big attack. I want this guy gone in 1 hit. Yeah, I think that's going to get it. What is that? That's 5, 8, 11. Yeah, he's dead. Boom. And he passes through the ghost. Completely down, but now Hellboy is out of action cubes. But we've got Abe. And here's the problem when making the attack with Abe. Abe is best at shooting, but I would have downgrades because there's other characters in there, you know, my own character. So I'd be getting 2 downgrades of trying to shoot at this guy. Instead, what I could do is do a precision shot, which will ignore all the scenery and all the other characters other than the target. And I'm going to use my harpoon as the ranged attack by flipping the card, and it adds 4 to the test score. So I can use it as a melee and upgrade 1 die, or I can use it as a one-off to really increase my damage. So we're going to do that. That's going to get me a bonus, and I don't have to downgrade my dice. I'm still going to be using the 3 red though, but that is okay. 3 red dice are much better than, you know, crappy dice. All right, so let's roll. We're getting +4 to this. Big money, big money, big money. And I got a reroll. Well, let's see. I don't even think I need to use that reroll because I've got 6 damage +4. That's 10. They have a health of 6 and resilience of 2, which means basically 8. So no, he's done. 1 shot right off the board. Okay, we've taken out both the minions, but it unfortunately took all of my actions to do so. But at least these 2 are back up. These guys are good. The minions are down, and I think this puts us back into the end phase. Now, when we are in the confrontation like this, we ignore the Doom track. We're not, or not the Doom track, but the Doom cards. We don't do that anymore. We're just basically fighting the boss over and over again until either we win or he wins. Also, while I'm mentioning it, there is no more rest phases. So I should have paid attention to that first, because now we cannot get that harpoon back. That was a one-off. So that's all right, though. We did what we needed to, and I don't think any other minions are going to pop up. I just have to worry about him doing damage. Now, so we're back to our end phase. We'll take our cubes back. Actually, I'll take only 2 cubes back because Rasputin's ghost really pisses me off with this only 2 cube thing. Okay, now we will draw a card from Mr. Rasputin. Let's see what he's going to be doing. Give me a top card there. Top card, come on. And it is Blast. Discard this card. Agents in boss area, there is not. Otherwise, the boss makes a ranged attack against the visible area that contains the most agents. The attack hits each agent in the area. If there are no visible agents within range, draw another card. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to get killed. I'm going to get so killed. All right, so he's going to blast these 2. And no need to move the threat tracker from the way it is. So they just take a flat 10 damage because that is his range damage there on his card. 10. All right, so I got to do a defensive roll for each. We'll start with Liz and go to Johan because, you know, ladies first. So he, or she rather, will do her orange. Actually, that's good. Oh, no, Abe is yellow. I was thinking all my guys are orange, but nope. Abe is actually yellow on his defensive rolls. So this is bad. All right, let's roll and see what happens. Oh, 5. Okay, that's... Oh, no, wait, he does 10. This is bad. Okay, so she has taken 5 damage then. And that is enough to fill her board and flip one over. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. The bosses are so hard in this game compared to like the normal enemies. All right, so let's see. That's 4. Put one of those back. I'm really struggling to make sure I keep these face down as much as possible. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. She has a injury now to her fight skill. So basically I get 1 downgrade when performing a fight with Liz. But that's actually not that big of a deal because I don't fight with her anyway. Now let's do Johann. And Johann has, remember, ectoplasmic stability, which I did keep high. And for each damage he suffers while there's no empty health track spaces, reduce the stability tracker by 1. If it's reduced below the bottom of this, Johann is knocked out. So this is basically his other side. He doesn't take injuries. So this is, his health is 4. Or he has 4 here, and then the track is like, what, 5 or 6? So he's got like 10 total health. It's actually not too bad. And not taking injuries, he's just not that good of a fighter. All right, so let's see what happens. Big money, big money, big money. Oh, and I can use this to double or re-roll. Or give it a 2. I guess the best I can get out of that is a 2. Because there's nothing higher than that on a orange die. It doesn't go up to 3 like the red ones do. So it doesn't matter whether I double it or turn it to this. It's effectively the same thing. So he has blocked 6 of the damage. That is actually not too bad, but his track is filled in one go too. Oh man, that's horrible. All right, so here is Johann's track. You can see he is completely filled out. He's going to be losing ectoplasmic stability. I don't have any ways to heal him either. Oh, wait. I forgot. I'm going to take that back on her because I forgot about her Lucky Charm. We are going to use that because she took 5 damage, and I'm absolutely going to use that. So we're going to flip that over. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, I'm going back and doing this, but I had forgotten that I had that. So we will spend her Lucky Charm to prevent that damage. Johann doesn't have it, but Abe does have the Lucky Charm, so he can block a 1 off on damage as well. And this is actually what I was talking about previously with the Lucky Charm, because it's the same price as a field dressing, and I was thinking about taking the field dressing. But you have the potential of gaining or preventing or doing whatever, getting more health out of a Lucky Charm than you do with the field dressing, because like I said, at most you can get like 3. When the agents take time, roll a die. On a blank, discard this, otherwise flip it, yellow die. We're not going to be taking time. There's no more rest phases, so this is a 1-off now at this point. But that is all right. All things considered, not too bad damage-wise, thankfully for remembering that Lucky Charm. Now, we're back to my phase, and I actually have some action cubes so I can do something here. And I have to do enough damage to him. I've got to do 6 damage to him. And I'm trying to decide what the best way to do that is. Because if I can stun him, right, then I can... here's the problem, though. It takes an action cube to move. So I have to potentially stun him with someone else. It's going to have to be her shooting, and Johann could run him out, maybe? All right, because if Abe spends his action cube to run, right, he can move up to 3, but he can spend an action cube. What does this thing say? You can spend an action cube to take the thing with you. It's not on this one. It's on the other one. Let me look. Yeah, you can spend an action cube to move to an adjacent area, taking the missing agent with them. Okay, so it slows you down. All right, so I can just spend a action cube, not 2 action cubes. I was messing up on that. So Abe could get to here and go. Yeah, if he goes here with him, that will leave 1 action cube that he could use as a shoot action against him. And then Johann could go 1, 2, and get outside of the room with the missing agent while my other guys try to stand toe-to-toe and Johann will run. Okay, we got a plan now. We've got a plan. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Abe is going to spend a action cube to move to there. All right, and Johan is going to spend both of his action cubes to go 1, 2, and he's going to drag the agent with him. So he is, and I'm going to turn him towards the exit. He is making his way out. Now I can spend the rest of my action cubes trying to take the ghost down, or at least stun him, because if I stun him, he's not going to get to act on the next round. He would basically just pop back up, and it would give me one more round to run with Johan. And if I could stun him again, Johan could get out. Yes, yeah. So that's going to be a good plan. Okay, sure. Who do we want to attack with first? I got to get 6 damage. And where was the thing on this? I think I got to spend an insight each time. All right, before an agent makes a fight or shoot action, they can discard an insight before rolling. If they do, they inflict the damage as normal. So I am going to have to spend an insight for each one. At most, I'm probably going to be able to stun him twice. All right, with the insight markers that I have. I do have 7, so that's really, really, really good. But a resilience of 3 is actually really high. And I've spent my bigger stuff. Oh, and if I could get Hellboy's pistol, because the Hellboy's pistol does 5 additional damage, but he only shoots at a yellow, and with a resilience of 3, I mean, even if all of these hit, it still misses unless the blue die comes up on one of 3 sides. So effectively, he only has a 50% chance of hitting with his pistol to do enough damage, so I really can't do that. I'm going to have to go for melee with Hellboy. All right, so since I know that, we'll wait on Hellboy, so I don't want to decrease their chances for doing range damage. We'll have Abe spend his cube. He's going to do a ranged attack. 3 red dice with the blue die and the blue special die. And hopefully it'll be a BPRD symbol, so he can fire again. Nope, it's a reroll. All right, so he's done a single damage. Ooh, and I did spend one of these because I'm trying to take him down. So we'll re-roll this. Come on, give me a 3. 3, I need a 3. Daddy needs a 3. Daddy needs a freaking blank. That sucks, monkey butt. All right, so that effectively is 1 damage out of the 6 that I need. Ooh, I don't have to put that there. We'll keep track on our nifty little tracker over here. All right, so that's out of his action cubes. Liz has 2, and I don't want to cause a fire. I definitely do not want to cause a fire right now. So we're going to just stick with regular attacks for her for now. Yeah, so we'll spend 1 to perform an attack. We will spend one of our little insight markers as well, which I dropped. So it will be a regular attack that can do damage. We need at least 3 or 4 to actually do damage to him. Come on, big money, big money. All I got was freaking 3 damage. No! Now I'm rolling bad. All right, we're going to do the attack again with her last action cube. This is horrible. I need to stun this guy. All right, and look at this. She gets the =2, so that's going to bump it up to, let's see, that's going to be 9, 10. 10 minus 3 is going to be enough to stun him. So we have stunned Rasputin Ghost. That is awesome at this point. Okay, so unfortunately I have gotten a little long in the tooth, so we will have to finish this off in one more last video. We'll do some final thoughts as well, and we'll pick up on the next phase. We're going to try, I was thinking about it with Hellboy. I'm like, okay, what can I do with him? I do have both of his action cubes, but with this guy already being all the way down, we'll go ahead and pop it back up at 6 because he's stunned. There's really nothing I can do with Hellboy, but I think I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, I am going to spend an action cube to move him into Rasputin's spot, hoping that the card doesn't do anything bad. There's no reason for me to run after Johan. Johan can move and try to get over here. It's one more turn to get here, one more turn to get there, and then a turn after that. So it's 3 turns. I just need to have these guys have 3 rounds of attacking without getting taken out. And the thing is on the next one, since he's stunned, all he gets to do is stand up, and then my agents get to attack again. and I can spend the rest of my markers, right, trying to go after him. So he'll stand up. I'll spend the insight markers. Hopefully I'll knock him down. Ooh, and since we're going to be doing that, I can't move Hellboy in there because they're going to be shooting to start off with. So I cannot move Hellboy yet. I'll have to save him to move in and do an attack if they are unable to stun him on the next round. But yeah, that means Johan is going to get here for free without having to worry about the boss. Hopefully there for free, which means I should be home free. But we'll have to see how it pans out because, like I said, I've gotten really long in this video and I don't want to have it play out too long. But we'll finish it out and we'll do some final thoughts at the end of the next one. All right? You guys take care. I'll catch you in the next one.